What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? Uncle Joey here. Welcome to the church, the New Testament. It's Tuesday, January the 28th. Let's get this party started, Jack. Hey, Uncle Joey here. Listen, getting high should not be a guessing game. Choose the type of high you want with Via. Via's THC gummies and vapes and topicals and drops are the next level. Whether you're looking for some energy, better sleep, more intense focus, recovery, Via has the product for you. Me, I'm not looking for focus, recovery. I'm looking to see the devil and relax. You know what I'm saying? And if this is what you're looking for, Via is for you. Via is crafted from the highest quality hemp, sourced from independently owned American farms. That's right. No Chinese were killed to make this video. There's no medical card required, so you get this party started right away. If you're 21 and over, check out the link to Via in our description and press in code JOEY, J-O-E-Y, to receive. You ready? 15% off. If you're new to Via, get a free gift of choice. Who's better than you? 15% off, a gift of choice, and you're seeing the devil with Uncle Joey. After the purchase, show support and tell them that we sent you. This year, enhance your everyday with Via.
Welcome back to church!
All right, we're here with our guest, special guest today, a.k.a. the Italian princess, a.k.a. Leanne, a.k.a. fucking hilarities. What's happening, beautiful?
Hi, it's Liana.
What is it?
Liana.
Liana.
Well, just so you know, if Joey knows you and gets your name correct, he doesn't like you that much.
Okay.
if he likes you, your name's not right. He's been calling me the director from Israel for 15 years. I've never directed anything, and I'm from Massachusetts. So it's, whenever, if he gets your name wrong, he likes you.
Okay, good, perfect.
You know, I wasn't hip to Instagram. Like, I'm a YouTube type of guy. I go on YouTube and fucking look at videos of concerts and shit. So I didn't really know what was going on Instagram. About 4 years ago, I started looking at Instagram. And, you know, you get the fucking girls with the tattoos, wiggling their ass and all this stupidity. But I'm into the fucking dog videos. People who make cat videos I like. And I like people who talk about food, right? Because I like fucking food.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of amateurs on there, a lot of, like, skinny Italians.
Well, I'm skinny Italian.
No, but trust me, these are like skinny, pale Italians. They look like
I'm a little pale too.
They have no testosterone. Trust me, you have plenty of testosterone. More than these fucking mooks you see nowadays. And you see these guys trying to sell a sandwich, and they just don't fucking sell it. And then you got Dave Portnoy, who I love, who does great things, but I'm not going to eat what that fucking guy tells me to fucking eat pizza. You know, it's just that we've gone into the wrong fucking realm with this shit. And then I discovered you, and I was blown the fuck away. Like, I was like, what is this girl talking about? The accent, the way you moved, but you killed me when you brought your grandmother into it, and you're over there talking Italian. I'm like, this is better than any fucking TV show. This is what I grew up around. And when I moved back from California, I expected to have this. I was moving in Central Jersey. My neighborhood's from fucking Staten Island. You know, I should have these Italians. I should have people yelling on the street. The one grandfather that runs away. You know, something. Nothing. They're the most boring Italian people I've ever met in my life. They're nice people. But they eat macaroni and cheese, and they, you know, it's just, for me, like, I'm Cuban, and Lee, tell her the rules I have. Even
There's a lot. I'm
gonna
need you
rules,
to
man.
break it down. So, like, we were.
Like,
He has
you
so
broke
many
a rule
rules.
this morning.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You put that fucking ranch powder on the tuna, and you even said
no.
it. I'm still a little American, and that's why I love you still, because you threw there a little American from time to time.
I can't help it.
Because we all got that white trash in us.
I know. I got.
Like before, we were talking about Monty Garden. I was thinking of not rice-a-roni. What's the other one with the noodles that your mom used to make?
Oh, Hamburger Helper?
Hamburger Helper was a motherfucker when I was a kid. I asked my wife to pick it up like 2 years ago. I took one bite. I went into a fucking sodium buzz. I threw it right away. It was god-awful. I still got like Dinty Moore stew. I'll throw a can of Dinty Moore stew down.
I don't even know what that is.
Dinty Moore. It's like a red stew that they sell at CVS.
I was gonna
With
say.
a loaf of fucking bread. Dinty Moore, that meat is better than McDonald's.
It's been on the shelf for 40 years and they've never
40 years.
changed. It still is packaging
It
from
goes
the 50s.
with tang, shit like that. So I make mistakes too. But you didn't make no mistakes. And then you're going to restaurants, and then you're fucking drinking these drinks, and then you're making videos with some skinny dude who is great, by the way. That
Wait,
one
who? I'm trying to
restaurant
think.
that he brings you one thing after the other.
Oh, Rockies.
Rockies.
Yes.
And then I
He's the
look at
best.
you and I'm like, where does this food fucking go? And every day is a different. How did you get into all this shit?
This is just how I live my life. And it's just like, I was like, one day I was bored. So I was like, you know what? Well, actually, I did it out of spite. I'm not going to lie. I started doing TikTok out of spite. And then within like a week of doing it, I got like 6,000 followers, which is crazy for TikTok. This was 2.5 years ago. And I was like, you know what? Let me keep doing this because it's working. I got my spite. It worked. That paid off. So I just kept doing it. And I was always going out to eat. I was always going to my Nonna's house. So I was like, let me just continue this bit and just doing what I usually do. That's why I enjoy doing social media because it's not like I'm going out looking for content to make. It's just my normal life. Like I wake up, I eat a sandwich at 10 a.m. I eat a plate of pasta at 12, and that's just what I do.
But it's like you live this life of like food and
All food.
restaurants and nice cocktails and
That's what I do.
you're
Can we
always
go back to that? You eat a sandwich at 10 and a plate of pasta at 12 every day?
Not every day, but when I work, see, my boss, he's the best. He loves me. So I start off my work day with a lobster tail. He always gives me a lobster tail and an espresso. Then, like, after I finish eating that, he gives me my sandwich, which is around, like, 10:30 a.m.
What time do you eat the lobster tail? You mean the pastry of the lobster tail?
Yeah, as soon as I sit down to work, I eat my lobster tail. Then after I finish that, I do my sandwich. And then around, like, 12, 1 o'clock, I do my plate of pasta. He makes me a nice plate of pasta. And 2 o'clock, I leave.
So we have the same diet, and we look I love lobster tails. How is that even possible? Would you work once a year?
I work out twice a day. I'm not going to lie. So I work out. I wake up early. I wake up 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m., and I work out. But then also like genetics too. Like a lot of people always ask me like, oh my God, by the time you turn 40, you're going to blah, 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 blah. But nobody in my family is, I don't want to jinx myself. I'm doing the malokia. Nobody's like overweight in my family. So genetics plays a part in it too. I'm not going to lie. Like we're all like skinny Italians. So like I get away with what I do by my genetics and working out. But
look, I gotta tell you something, no disrespect. Your mom ain't bad looking. Your
my
mom,
mom's going to love this.
your mom is not bad looking
Thank
at
you.
all, Jack.
Thank you.
I mean, that shit runs deep in your family. And you could tell Nonna was a freak back in 1940. You know what I'm saying? You could tell. Nonna's got a sense of humor. She don't say much.
Yeah, my Nonna's a real one. She's OG, my Nonna.
But your mom is not a pushover, my
Thank
friend.
you.
And it's just really weird to see you in this. Look, I didn't have a family like that. So it's like a couple of years ago, Duck Dynasty got big. I don't know if you remember that show. A bunch of rednecks, they go hunting ducks or whatever the fuck they sold. But at the end, they did something. They sat and said a prayer and ate. And that's something this country forgot. I grew up on the Waltons, dog, okay? The Waltons, at the end of the show, he would always go, good night, John Boy. Good night, Priscilla. Good night, fucko. The whole house. We don't have that in this country no more. We don't have that. If it is, it's got to be played out. I got to have a gay cousin or a cousin who's a tranny or this guy's fucking allergic to fucking life. It just can't be normal. And that's what I've seen videos of you with your family eating, and you're like, my uncles don't want to be on tape. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fucking
my uncles
dying.
don't play around. It's so funny because like last year I did a video in one of my uncle's houses, and that was big too, to like let me like do a video like that. And like his friends didn't know that I did social media. So like one of his friends was like scrolling through Instagram. He's looking. He goes, is that Carlo's kitchen? So now he's calling his other friend. He's like, wait a minute, why is this girl in Carlo's kitchen? And he's like, oh, that's his niece. Like nobody knew who my uncles were, and then my uncles have to explain, oh, that's my mom. Like nobody knew because I like kept it so like low key to me and my Nonna. Even my brothers, like I don't really put my brothers on. My mom, she's on like once in a while. Like my family, they're not like looking to be like social media famous. Like they don't want to be like in that, my Nonna, for like the longest time, I used to have to say, Nonna, please come do this with me. Because even her, like, she didn't want to do it. Now she likes it because, like, we have like this little deal where, like, when companies send me like olive oil and like food, I give it to her and she loves it because she loves that kind of stuff. So, like, Nonna, do this. They're going to send me olive oil. And she doesn't want to smile on her face.
How crazy is it that people send you stuff now?
Oh, I love it. It's the best. That's
Isn't
like.
You get home and there's like a box of food with ice
like,
around it.
It's like Christmas every day.
And you're like, what the hell? I just got something Friday. I got chocolate, those Italian things. The
Cannolis?
chocolate from Long Island. The kids from Long Island.
Wow.
My God, they were delicious. I took one bite and I'm like, this is too rich. Like, it was just too rich. And I thought it had edible juice in it. Because it just has.
You said something like that. This is what your normal life is. Did you ever try to like force it or like make content out of something and didn't work? And like, or have you always just been doing your normal life?
I've always just been doing my normal life. Yeah, I go through like phases in my life. So like nobody knows, like they always ask me, oh, did you go to college? Did you go to college? But like, yeah, I went to college. Like I have a bachelor's degree, but I don't put on Instagram, oh, I have a bachelor. Like, cause like, I don't know, to me, that doesn't really mean anything. Like, it's just a piece of paper. Like, I don't flaunt like, oh, she doesn't even have a degree. And I'm like, no, I do. But that's not what I'm playing off my Instagram of. So my uncle's an attorney. One of my uncles is an attorney. I was going to become a lawyer, worked with him. My uncle's like a Nazi. Working with I love my uncle. My uncle's like the best thing in the world. He's like but when it came to work, oh my God, it was like horrible working with him because we're both very like headstrong. So like he would tell me to do something, but if it was something stupid, I wasn't gonna do it. He would fire me. I would call my Nonna like on the train home from the city, like Nonna, he fired me. She'd call him like, oh, why would you fire her? Then like that following Monday, I had my job back. I would go back to work. So we did this for a little bit. Then I was like, you know what? This is not for me. Then I was like personal training, which was fun, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this either. And then I was just, like I said, eating and that blew up. So I was like, oh, let me just do this now. I'm working in a deli, sitting in a deli. But I've always done food. I've always done just food content.
And like, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's interesting. Like, there are, like Joey said, there's a lot of people doing food. Why do you think people like gravitated to you more than other people?
I think because I don't force it. Like, I see like other like I say I'm like the Joker of content creators, like of influencers, like I'm like the evil villain. But it's not because I want to be, like, I don't want to collaborate with anyone. Like, I used to do that, but then like, I don't know, like collaborating with people, like when you see what other influencers are about, it's like, oh, like this is ridiculous. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, I do all my videos in one shot. Like, it's like, boo, boo, I don't care how I look. I don't care what's going on. Like, one shot, like, doing it with other people, oh, I don't like how I look. We need to reshoot this. And then it's like, oh, I'm not doing this ever again.
10 minutes turns into 2 hours.
Oh, and it's the worst thing.
Fuck you. I ain't got that type of time.
I've sat at dinners with like other influencers where the food gets cold because like, oh, no, we got to redo this. Oh, no, we got to redo. I never do that. When I'm at to dinner with people, one shot and that's it. Like that's only if I get invited to a restaurant to do content. Like if I'm going out to eat with friends or family, like on my own, I'll never pull out my phone and start recording because like, I like to enjoy like time with people too. But like some people are just so like just in it that they don't care. Like the food will be cold. They don't care. So I think people like me because like I'm not like that. Like I say whatever. Like I don't care. Like if people think I'm stupid, like sometimes I think it's good to look a little ditzy for Instagram. Like, cause I graduated college with honors. Like I graduated cum laude. But people think I'm like this Italian ditz. And I'm like, yeah, I like it. It's good to be a ditz. Like, you know, like don't let people know too much about you.
You're playing them the right way.
Yeah.
It's crazy because when I first saw it, the thing I liked about you the best is you kept it classy.
Thank you.
And I said that you kept it classy. It wasn't like bikini shots and a tattoo and just bullshit.
My uncles would beat my ass.
Because I'm still a dad. You know what?
My family would not let that slide.
And it's so quick because I look at it from a business perspective. And
well, that too, yes.
And I'm also a dad, and I like women. I like the whole fucking thing. You know, it just you gain that credibility.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's like I have a friend that I'm a fan of hers. I brought it here, Katerina. She's a fucking artist, but she's an artist to the end. She could do jokes. She could paint the fucking picture. You know, her things, I love her content. It's not forced.
Right.
It's one shot. She gives zero fucks. Zero fucks. 'Cause I don't want to see you dolled up.
Yeah.
I want to see you when you're primitive. I want to see what you look like in the morning when you're eating fucking apples and tuna.
And ranch. Don't forget the ranch.
And ranch. Oh my God. but you fucking basic, you know, you went into it. Listen, because I'm American, I gotta add some ranch. I'm like, all right, she's off the hook.
I don't think I'd be off the hook if I put ranch on my tuna.
You're Jewish. I gotta bring blind. But it's just, you see these, listen, we got into this in 2010, not knowing dick. All right? There was Adam Carolla and Joe Rogan. And nobody knew who Joe Rogan was. It was Mark Maron and Adam Carolla. And we got a room and before my daughter was born and we started. Then my wife threw us out and we went to his apartment. And then we got thrown out of there and we went to an office. We seen a chick get kidnapped. We fucking left that office. I mean, it was just raw. But this was all through mistakes. And,
Right.
You don't learn from, like now I see take a podcast course for 6 weeks. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? Who's teaching this shit?
Yeah.
Some guy at Seton Hall? Get the fuck out of my face. It's a good scam though, right? We should do it in the city.
I know people that are like content creator managers that buy their followers. So like this one person that I know, 300,000 followers, right? And they're teaching courses on how to grow your social media, blah, blah, blah. But like somebody with a brain like me, I know the ins and outs of social media. You go to their page, their videos get 100 views, 2 comments. All right, 300,000
So all of a
followers.
sudden, yeah.
But businesses that don't know any better are hiring these people because they see 300,000, 500,000 followers and they're making money. So it's a good racket. It's a good scheme.
How does it work? Like, do you, like when you got a good amount of followers, do you just reach out to restaurants and brands or?
No, I never reach out. So I know a lot of influencers do. I never do because like, I don't want to be thirsty. Like I don't want, and plus like, I say like, I like social media, but social media is not my life. Like if this all, like when TikTok was shutting down last week, like I was fine with it. Like, it wasn't the end of the world. Like life goes on. But like, I don't reach out to restaurants. And now I have pretty much a nice like following where restaurants are reaching out to me on like a daily basis. So I don't need to reach out to restaurants or brands. But even when I had like 10,000 followers, 5,000, I never wanted to be thirsty and be like, oh, I want to come to your restaurant and for a comped meal, I'll do this, I'll do that. Like I never want to do, that makes me look bad.
Right. But it definitely does work. Like
it does.
If you look at my Explore page, it's not chicks with ass. It's comedy, sports, and food. And I can't tell. I've been to a million places, especially in New York. Like since I moved in September, I'll find places, and I'll just like that's how I go. Like you can tell when it's like really scripted.
Yeah.
But like when it's someone who's just going somewhere because they like it.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, I'm gonna give that a shot.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
I never go to restaurants based off of influencers. Now that I know like influencers and what they do, I never go, because I used to do that. Like before I started social media, I would go to restaurants that like influencers would post, and like the restaurant, they would be the most disgusting restaurants. The food would be disgusting because like a lot of these places are gimmicky. Like the food is just like, it looks good for videos and then you eat it and it's like, oh, like atrocious. I like the rundown spots, like what we were talking about before, where Fat Tony's laying on the bar. Like I like a place where they tell me no phones, no videos in here, and then I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm in a good spot.
Right.
Now it's a good spot.
Well, it's interesting what you said, because I actually read an article a couple of years ago. Like this restaurant owner in New York looked through his security cameras because he was getting a lot of bad reviews, and he's like, what's going on? And I forget the number, but he's like, people are taking forever before their meal to take pictures of it, do all that, and then the food gets cold, and then like everything gets messed up. So he like banned phone. I forget what it was. It was in the New York Times, but it's interesting how like that's like ruining some restaurants now.
Yeah, it's annoying. Even though I do it, but like I said, I do it 1, 2, 3. Like as soon as the food comes out, I do it. And I have friends that aren't influencers that I've been out to dinner with them, and they're annoying as hell. Like, oh man, no, we gotta get the right shot. Oh no, move your hand. Oh no, put your bracelet like this. And it's like, oh my god, please let me drink my drink before I friggin' go nuts in here. And it's like, it's annoying. And you see every other table with the flash, blah blah blah. That's why, like, when I go to restaurants to do videos, I go as soon as they open. And like a lot of times people will be like, oh, the restaurant's empty. The restaurant's empty. Or I'll go like an hour before they open because one, I never get people in my videos, like people that are just sitting to eat. Like I see like that all the time. And it's like, if that was me and I'm in somebody's video and I didn't know and I'm just out to dinner, I'd be so mad. So like I always go before a restaurant opens or when they first open. So it looks empty, but it's not empty because they have no business. It's empty because nobody's there yet. I'm there before. That way I don't annoy people that are actually there to eat. Like I can actually just do what I got to do without being a pain in the ass. Because I hate pains in the ass.
It's just crazy that I love eating and I love food and I love going to different places. But I don't like cheating. Like once I'm in a restaurant, I'm in a fucking restaurant. Like once I feel like I'm family in that restaurant.
Oh my God, me too. I'm the same way.
I can't cheat. I don't want to cheat.
I'm the same.
Nothing bothers me more than we're in a restaurant and you're like, I love the chicken parm. And he's like, I love the manigot. And all of a sudden, some fucking knucklehead at the table says, well, it's not as good as this and that.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Like, I don't want to fucking hear your fucking mouth. Like, I don't want to hear your fucking mouth about what's better or what's saucier. I don't want to hear your fucking mouth. We're here right now.
Yeah.
And that's all that fucking matters.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that bothers any restaurant you go to, there's always that one fucking lunatic. Well, Nonna's makes... No, it doesn't. We've been coming here for 12 fucking years. What are you fucking talking about? Like, it infuriates me. When I like a restaurant, I like a restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up at this restaurant, a Chinese joint by here. Dog, you know how many times I got arrested and cops told me, I would say like something about Chan's and they would go, we did a stakeout in there one. Fucking rats were moving the walls. That's how big they were. Did I not go there the next day? I went there the next day. You know, because I've been going there for 20 years. And when it was over, it was over. Like when it was over, it was over. It's not going to come back. Nobody's going to put it together again.
Right.
It's time to find a new place. That's the problem I have. We live in a fucking, what, if we really look at the numbers, 65% Italian restaurant-dominated areas between Louis Pizza, Nick's Pizza, Domino's Pizza. Think about how much fucking pizza. Now think about Italian food. So I like chicken franchise.
Yeah.
With a little side of pasta or something like that. I could go and get it at Rudy's, which I really like, or at Osteria, which is fucking great too. But I know some dickhead's gonna go, oh, you have to go to Zombo in Brooklyn, you know. I don't want to hear your fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? There's you know. So for me, when I fall in love with a restaurant, I can't cheat no more. Yeah, I like shit from this restaurant.
Yeah.
Like I used to go by me and Marlboro. There's two restaurants. One's more towards the seafood thing, but it's too Brooklyn-y. You know, Thursday night, it's all these divorced women.
Oh, I hate restaurants like that. I know exactly what you're
And they got the DJ.
I'm in Long Island. Long Island is the mecca for those restaurants.
And the
Are you kidding me? Thursday night and Saturday nights at some of these restaurants. There's a restaurant that I really like on Saturdays. They have that, and it's like I can't even go there because it's like the DJ's going, and it's like you have all these like middle-aged people that are like acting like they're 20
Savages.
years old. Like animals. And
Savages.
like, me and my friends who are in our 20s will be sitting at the table looking at these older people, 60 years old, acting like animals. And we're like, oh my God, like these people are freaking crazy.
We went to one on mushrooms, and they were having like 3 birthday parties, and they had like the sparklers going off and going to the table at like 7 o'clock. It was still kind of light out.
22 sparklers. And everybody was saying it was gay. Like the little waiter, they used the same gay waiter. Happy birthday. And I'm losing my fucking mind. And you see these, listen, I love women. I love women, all shapes, all sizes. When a woman's 50 and she's dolled up and she don't give a fuck about her little stomach hanging out, that's the sexiest thing in the world. You goof on it a little bit. You know, you look at their leopard pants or the fat hanging over the heel. And you're like, you know what, dog, look at this, trying to get hers. I can't be mad at that. It's the guys who bother me.
It's crazy.
They're my age, they fucking grease their head back, they put the white teeth in, they do a couple steroids. Hey, ¿cómo se dice? Then they come over to you talking Italian, and they don't even talk Italian.
Me and my friends love it though because we make fun of them.
Oh, yeah, you torture 'em.
It's the best.
That's the best.
And now they think we're stroking their ego. I mean, while we're like, look at this clown. Like it's the funniest thing.
Hey, good for these. God bless.
It's so
Get the
funny.
fuck out of my face.
You
God
have like
bless.
the fanksters, the how you doings. Like they think they're like these big time gangsters, the wannabes. Oh my god, it's so funny. I don't even leave my house on Thursday nights in Long Island because I'm like, I'm gonna stay home.
Yeah, so
Like, these
Thursday
people,
night, the best is when the disco singer from the 80s shows up.
But I like it a little bit. I'm not
I
gonna
like
lie.
it too.
I like a little disco freak, but
Yeah.
that's when those freaks come out.
But that's
got
when they do the
disco.
lip syncing over the thing, and she's all coked up. She's sweating profusely.
It's crazy.
Come on, dog. Give me a breather. Leave her at home.
And you're trying to eat your food you can't even eat.
No.
At that point, you're like, shit, I'm done eating.
Do they ever turn into karaoke at night? Like Thursday night or Friday night, they start doing karaoke?
No, I never went to one of those spots.
They don't do that shit out there. This is the thing that they also do is I used to follow this girl that we went to grammar school with or high school. Her husband left her and up at Rudy's or something. You know who I'm talking about. She don't follow. I got sick of following her. I don't know what happened. Facebook just said don't follow no more. I used to follow her to see the train wreck because she's my age and she's still out there hustling.
It's
like,
crazy.
trying to hustle guys, and she's in no shape. The hair's falling out. Every time she takes a close up, you can see that where the shots go in. I mean, it was just like there's a point where you got to let it go. I appreciate it. I really do. You're trying your best, but you're at a point where you're hanging out with 30-year-olds and you don't look good. But you go to all those restaurants where the chubby chick is dancing with fire. Listen, if I'm eating fucking food, I better not see no chubby chick dance. That does not appeal to me. Or DJ Mario on a Saturday night or a Thursday night, and I'm trying to talk to you.
You can't go out.
I
You can't.
cannot.
And then like the best part is like you have like these older people at these restaurants and they'll be looking at my friends like they'll try to like, you know, like try to like show us like who's the boss, and like these women will be looking at me and my friends like, and we'll be like, do what you gotta do. Like, we're not here to take your men. Like, we're just here to eat and just like, cause they think like it's a competition. Like, we'll be in the corner and they'll be like, and I'll be like,
What do they call young girls who go after old pigeons?
Gold diggers?
Gold diggers.
I'm not gonna lie, I like an old pigeon.
No, you.
I like old pigeons.
I was gonna say, like, if I were you, I would take every free meal that I could get.
Well, I don't need an old pigeon for a free meal at this point. Because the restaurants reach out to me.
Oh, they must be pissed.
I don't need the old
That's the only thing the guys had.
I like the old pigeons because I like the old pigeons. But you know what it is? You know, because my mom, she always says it to me too. Like, my mom says, like, you hang out with these old men, but they're not old. But I like the old school way of life, but I'm not talking about like these fanksters and wannabes that hang out at these places Thursday. I just like the stories that you were telling and like that old school, like people my age now, they don't have that like old, it's not the same. So
And they
it's
don't
like,
believe us. That never happened. Okay, it didn't happen.
I have more fun talking to somebody who's older than me than somebody my age. I'll talk to somebody my age and I'll be like, all right. But like talking to somebody older, and then they're not a weirdo and they're not trying to put on a show and they're not trying to be a creep. That's what I like. And I like to hear like their stories about how life was with the Italian neighborhoods and this, that. It's funny to me. But I do like, I'm not gonna lie, I like old pigeons.
You know, man, and it's weird because, like I told you, I like talking to women. I like chit-chatting. I like breaking their balls. I like that I'm married because it helps out a lot. Like it just helps out a lot. You get out of a mess real fucking quick. I gotta go. My wife's calling me. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't working. If they're crazy or whatever, not that you're on the hunt or nothing, but you like to go out. I'm a comedian, man. And people fucking say shit to you, and women say shit to you. You gotta talk to them. But I look at them, and I look at them like a kid. Like, yeah, it would be fun, but not really.
Don't talk too much, because if I have my old pigeon watching this, he's gonna be like,
I know.
Don't say too
I was
much.
reading a book today. When I went to the hospital, I started this book. I like to reread books every 2 years. And I was reading a book about Jose Battle. This motherfucker was 72 in the hospital. And the feds finally came in one day and were like, he goes for dialysis twice a week. But on Thursdays, it takes him an hour longer he was fucking his 24-year-old wife.
That's crazy.
He posed her as a nurse, and she would. I was like, at 72.
That's extreme.
Listen,
That's a little extreme.
I'm 62 next month, and I don't want to show my balls to anybody. Like, I don't care what you're selling. You know, we could do anything else, but I don't want to show you my dick or my balls or my fungi toenail because I know it's going to fuck a woman up for the rest of her life. Even if she gets out of the old man craze and she marries a guy her age, you know, it's going to come out one day. Why are you making my tie? I used to date a guy that was 80. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I wasn't going for 80-year-olds. I'm
No.
talking about like 50.
50s, yeah.
50, okay.
No, and I can see it because you're very mature. Like
Thank
this
you.
conversation with us today, I've learned more about social media than I thought I did just talking to you. And now, like, I want to ask you something.
So ask me.
Again, none of my business.
Ask
Tell me to
me,
go
ask me.
fuck myself. I noticed something. Like, I go to a boxing gym, and there's two girls like you there. Young, innocent. They love breaking my balls. They just love it. And I love them. You know, they Joey, what are you doing, Uncle Joey? Come over here and punch me in the head. You know, whatever the fuck they want me to do. You know, because young girls are fucking nuts. So the one girl came up to me, she's like, Uncle Joey, you don't follow me. And it's like my daughter came downstairs with 5 of her girlfriends. They're like, Uncle Joey, follow us on Instagram. I'm like, listen, you 5 little dirty bitches. I am not fucking, because that's how they throw you in jail. They're 12. They're 12. I'm not going to follow you 5 dirty bitches, okay? So get out of my fucking basement. They all went upstairs with long faces. Like, no, I didn't call them bitches, but I ain't following you. And especially that. Like, I don't know who I'm following. So I followed her. And it's really weird. Like, I see, she's a fitness chick. She trains Pilates and she does this. No men. In that whole fucking thing of hers, there's not one man. And this girl could have any man she wants. No bikini shots, nothing like that. But I've noticed a couple girls that age now, no men. Why?
I don't know. I think with me, because I have such a big following on social media, I think people get intimidated. You know, even if like, let's say like they're like, you know, they're established and they have this, like I went out with one person who's like the love of my life. So if he's watching this.
Okay.
And like we went out to eat and he's like very established, like in Long Island, we went out to eat. They put us at this little table. Then they caught wind that it was me. So they come over, they're like, oh, do you want to sit here? And it was like this huge, big round table. And we were like, no, we're fine sitting here. And after like they walked away, he's like, oh, you know, they knew who you were. That's why they wanted to move us to the big table instead of the little table. And then I was like, oh, and I was like, shit, like this is awkward because like I don't want somebody to think like, oh, like I have all this pull, like, and I think maybe that intimidates people, like that I have pull, and it's like, I
Why
don't
would
know how
that
to describe
intimidate
it.
somebody? That'd be. I'd love to go to a
I don't
restaurant.
know. I don't
and
know.
think,
Maybe
here's a
it's
better
similar.
table. Here's
Maybe-
some appetizers.
No, I don't know. Like, what do you think?
About what?
Those
About
animals
what?
kicked in.
Like if you're like out with somebody and like you think like you like, you know, like, but he's nice. He doesn't think who he is. But you're out and then like, oh, like they're putting on a show for the person that you're out to dinner with. And then he's an older guy. I'm young, whatever. They might start to get a little insecure.
Maybe
like,
it's different for women, because like for guys, like we're the ones who are supposed to show off.
I think that's what it is. I
Okay.
think it's like
Like like imagine you were
it
single.
emasculates someone.
Right. Imagine you were single and like, but still a comic. Like you went to a place and like maybe they like made a big deal about you coming, but then she's saying she goes, and it's the opposite. And some guys are like a little bit insecure about a woman being like the more important one or more well-known one.
I think that's what my problem is.
Well, let me show you something.
But you know
I
what
saw
else? I'm a
today.
little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little crazy.
I'm gonna show you. I saw something today.
All right, show me.
This is the funniest thing I've seen all fucking day. I hope it comes through. I saw this, and I fucking died this morning. It was fucking Ali Wong.
Okay.
I don't know who
Ali
that is.
Wong is a Chinese comic who is fucking nuts, and I love it with all my heart. And she goes, you'll never have the idea what it feels like a woman with more money than you sucking your dick. That was on after your reel this morning. And I'm like, God damn, Allie. And she went at it. I'm trying to find it. It was like 4 minutes of her going, it's spectacular. Talking, she's a nasty bitch.
Yeah.
So she was just ratting shit out. And I'm sitting there going, wow, that's a fucking pretty interesting thing.
Right.
If your wife made that much more money than you, what would the dynamic be in your house? Like, what would the dynamic be? Like, if your wife obviously made $10 million, like it's expected for the guy to be like a professional sports guy, and he makes $85 million a year, and his wife could be a housemaker. But flip that around. Well, that's what they call them, right? Homemakers, right?
I want to be a homemaker.
You do?
I do.
Really?
I do. I go through like phases. So like I'm done with like social media. I always say like I'll get married tomorrow, arranged marriage, delete all my social media, do homemaker for a little bit, and then I have my next phase after that. But like I want to do like a homemaker. I don't know. But you know why? I grew up, my mom was a homemaker, my Nonna was a homemaker, her mom. That's just what I know. Homemakers.
Well, we're talking about homemakers. As you know, from liking older men, I got to pee. So we'll be back after DraftKings and everybody else we're talking about today. Yo, if you want your nicotine fix without all the smoke and tobacco, nicotine pouches are the way to go. They're made with natural coconut fiber filling and all natural flavor. It's cleaner, it's more authentic, and you're gonna love it. They're so slim, they're basically invisible. So when you pop one, nobody knows nothing about it. Listen, I tried them. I was jiggling up and down. I liked it. They got 10 different flavors, so you can keep switching it up and not get used to the same flavor. I don't know what you're doing with your life, but make the switch to nicotine pouches today. You're going to love these things. And right now, the church family gets 35% off when you order through our exclusive link. Look at the link, our exclusive link, nickpouches.com/church. nickpouches.com/church. This isn't just for your first purchase. Use it up to 3 times. That's right. 3 times, 35% off. That's 5%. nickpouches.com/church. That's nykdpouches.com/church. Nick products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine, and as you know, nicotine is an addictive chemical. What's up, you savages? Uncle Joey here to talk to you about the Super Bowl. This ain't the Tiny Bowl. This is the Super Bowl. It's time to get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Wow, 59. I'm 62. New DraftKings customers can get $5. Just bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Listen, $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly, and now's the best time to get started. Pop in the popcorn, fry up some wings, put your money where your mouth is. You know all about football. Let's see what you got. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Press in code Joey. That's Joey. That's code Joey for new customers only to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, where the crown is yours. Now download the app and let's get this Super Bowl party started, Jack.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
We're back, bitches. Don't forget, Super Bowl's coming. 2 weeks. Download that app. So anyway, back to you. Because it's getting interesting now. Talk to me about your dad.
Oh, so my dad passed away when I was young.
How old?
9.
Wow, I'm sorry.
So it's okay. A lot of people, they're always like, where's your dad? Where's your dad? Where's your dad? That's why I don't post my dad. But I'm not like, I don't look for pity parties. So I don't even tell people unless like they flat out. Like I'll never be like, oh, I hate my life. My dad died when I was young.
No, now I know your mom's available.
My mom's gonna eat this up. And you know what's so funny? Going back to what we were saying about like the older people on Thursday nights. Like my mom makes fun of those people, even though that's her demographic. She always says like she would never be one of those people like desperate, and she's like, I'd rather be at home. We were talking about my 5 German Shepherds. I'd rather be at home with the babies than be out like these people like just desperate.
It does make you look, but again, like I like women, so I get it. Like the first time I moved back to Jersey, I went out on a Thursday night, and I saw 8 women, all of them 200 plus pounds, seductive clothing on, and I'm like, what? And I go, stop, Joey. Stop. Look at them. They're fucking beautiful. God bless them. What am I going to do? God bless them. They're not your type, and maybe you're not their fucking type, but at least they're out there slinging.
You know, a lot of these freaks, not to cut you off.
Freaks?
They're swingers.
Okay.
So there's
What do you mean swingers?
like there's swingers. Like there's a restaurant that we were at, me and my friends, and we got word that like, oh, don't look at these people. Like it was an older couple, don't look at them because they're swingers. They a lot of these older people that look like disgusting but also seductive, they're looking for other older people to bring home. That's like Long Island. Long Island is a crazy place.
So it's like married couples will fuck each other.
Wow, you've never heard of that term, swinger?
No, I understand. But it's funny that you said that because I've never seen that shit. But
Me either, Joey,
guess
me
what?
either.
At the place I go to, there's a couple. And they're always up to something no
Yes.
good. Always up to no good.
Every time I go to this restaurant on a Saturday night, there's a couple there looking to pick people up, and I'm like, oh my God, these people are sick. And they say, don't look their way. Do not look their way.
Something ain't right with these
They'll try to
people.
like inch over a little bit, and it's like, I'm looking at you because you're a friggin' freak, like freak in a weird way, not like a freak that I want to join you guys. Like, but Long Island, it's a freaky place. Thursday and Saturday nights, Long Island, no matter what restaurant. If a restaurant has a DJ in Long Island on a Thursday or Saturday night, do not go. Because it's a freaky spot.
The one place is really like big money by me. And there's a woman at the gym saying, she told me, she goes, those women have sex in the bathroom. On Thursday, and they drive up in fucking Lexuses and Mercedes.
It's sick.
They're banging in the bathrooms at those restaurants, dog.
Yeah, it's sick.
And the one place where I go to, the girl, the waitress we were talking one night, she goes, I hate Thursday nights here. She goes, you gotta look at the women's bathroom. It's disgusting. She goes, the men's bathroom is okay. The women's bathroom look like a fucking bomb hits it in there. Puke and fucking stockings ripped and shit.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's really crazy.
How do you have a lot of friends your age who are more like you, or are a lot of your friends like the party type?
No, I have no friends that are the party type. All my friends are like me. They're like that OG, like old school ways that they have like the same kind of families that they were brought up. Like, so they're not, I don't have friends that are like, let's go to the club. Like, you'll never find me in a club. I'd rather be in these freaky restaurants, looking at these weirdos than actually be in like
you
a
don't
club.
go to these clubs with like VIP bottles and all
No.
that?
Not
not-
even when I was younger. Like, maybe I went once or twice, and it's like, it's just that you stand there like this. Like, I had to explain that to my mom the other day because she doesn't go out. So she thinks nightclubs are like how it was back in the day when she was going out, like in the 80s and the 90s. And I'm like, Mom, nightclubs are not like that. Like, you go to with the VIP bottles, and people just stand there, and they're all on drugs. Like, it's crazy. Like, going out in the city, I would never.
I just never understood that whole, like,
It's just to show off.
No, that's all it is,
Yeah.
basically. Like, when we grew up, there was, you stood at the door like an idiot. The dude either knew you, you had a hookup, a cousin, you got in there, and you went in, and the drinks were like, whatever, $8, and everybody drank, and, But now you got to go sit in the back, and while
Yeah.
you're in there, hold on, security fucking here from
Oh my
fucking...
God. That's it. We're going to cut this part out. The guy's name that I'm dating is, like, seeing my husband is...
There you go, see? Here, step aside. And he walks in with like fucking 8 other guys that you could mug them. Like, I would have taken that money 10 years ago right off the bat, like, without even thinking, like, where are they sitting? Let's go over there, take that cocaine, whatever the fuck they got. That's what it is now. And you walk in, I used to go to Vegas, and I would get sick to my fucking stomach. After the UFC fights, they'd take me out, and I go, I'm not doing this. And you go, and I'll tell you what else has died about the club life. Half of these motherfuckers shouldn't be in a club. Let's get to that. They're not that attractive.
Yeah, but the lights are dark, so you don't know.
Neither
anybody.
am I. But I go to Vegas, like when I'm walking back to my room and I see these people waiting online, and you got to start tapping them. Listen, you'd have a better time with that tomato and cheese soup in your room. Because they have it on the menu in Vegas, right? Remember, I always tell you, you could always get a cup of fucking tomato soup with cheese instead of putting yourself through. That's a bunch of young people. Like, listen, when I was fucking 19, if there was a guy in a bar that was 27 talking to my friends, the girls I was with, I would have a fucking heart attack. Okay? I would have a fucking heart attack to the point where we either rob them, get into a fight with them. It was always something. So as I was getting older, I always thought the same way. Like, Joey, you're just too fucking old to be there. You're just too old to be there. Like, even in my last 10 years of doing drugs, I was not out. I would get that package and run home by myself. Lock my wife would be knocking. What's going on in there? Nothing. I'm fixing the toilet. You know, whatever the fuck. I didn't like it. I did not like it. And now, like, I find myself going out one night a week to a bar. I don't drink. I go, I eat mushrooms. And I sit there and I fucking giggle. And that's the last thing I was going to tell you that. Last time I went out, I bumped into swingers. I didn't know there were swingers till I gave them the mushrooms. And the chick goes, why don't you eat some too? And me, you, and my boyfriend will go back to my place. And I'm like,
That's sick.
she's hotter than fuck. She's an Arab chick. I was like,
That's
nah,
sick.
I'm out of that shit.
Well, like,
Nah.
not to get back to social media, but like, I would love to like see what your DMs are like.
Oh my god, my DMs are
Oh
great.
my God.
Because they must
My
just
DMs
be.
some of the DMs I blocked. If they're like really perverted, because I get real perverted one, I block them because but like some of them are just desperate or they're funny, like whatever, like oh, blah, blah, blah. But like real perverted, disgusting ones, blocked. I don't want you on my page. Like even comments I get, like I'm like these people are commenting this disgusting, perverted stuff on my videos, and like you see their picture, they have their names. Like you're not embarrassed, like somebody seeing you say that. But I delete it and I block it. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Is there a world where a guy would? I'm not obviously a dick pic crossing a line, but like if a guy was like hitting you up like, oh, you're so pretty, let me take. Could that ever work? I don't think that. I can't imagine that ever working.
On some people, yes. I don't meet people off social media.
Okay.
So for me, no. No matter, it could be, he could be a billionaire. You know, I like to be, maybe not a billionaire. Maybe I would.
I don't blame you.
Maybe I would go. But I like to meet people organically, even though I don't even leave the house. I just leave on Thursday and Saturday nights. So I don't want to meet those people either. But I don't, even if they could be a nice person, I look through their pictures, they could be attractive. Would I answer? Maybe I'd say thank you. Probably not even thank you. I would in my head say thank you, but I would never meet.
That's all they get. They get a double tap.
I would never meet somebody off social media. I don't know. It's just a weird. I don't want to get married to someone and then be like, oh, well, we met off social media. Like that's, it's crazy.
Do you ever do any of like the dating apps?
No, when I was younger, so it's so funny. When I was like 21, I had a boyfriend for like 3 or 4 years who loved you. And like he would always be watching your podcast, like, oh, Joey Diaz, watch Joey Diaz. So he's gonna see this, he's gonna go.
Oh yeah.
He's what?
Cry.
Hi.
He's gonna see this and he's gonna cry himself to sleep. But we met off of a dating app. But I was young. I was 21 at the time. Now at 27, would I meet somebody off a dating app? No.
No, just like in real.
Just real life.
Okay.
I like a real life.
So you're
organic-
27.
Yes.
I could tell you, I thought you were 25, but your presence is 34.
Thank you. You see, a lot of
32.
people used to say to me, oh, I thought you were older. And I used to take it like offensive.
Because you
like,
just fucking confused the shit out of me. That
I
you
used
went
to
to
get, like-
college and the boyfriend. So I'm like, maybe I was right. Maybe she is in her 30s. But
I used to get like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm 30, like in my 30s. But then like people would explain it like, oh, you don't carry yourself like somebody in
No,
their
you
20s. And then
don't.
I'm like, all right, because I was saying, what do I look old? Like back in the day when I was like 16, 17 and somebody said to you, oh, you look older. Then it's like, oh, okay. Now I'm like 30. But yeah, I don't know.
No, you don't look 30, but you
Thank you.
carry yourself.
Thank you.
You know,
but that's
like
why
you-
I like an older crowd as opposed to my crowd. Because I've never met somebody like like my age, like to go out, like the guy who was in love with you when I dated him when I was 21. He was 4 years older than me, but he was like a child. Like he was like, it was just so much that it made me like, I need an older man. And ever since him, he ruined it for me. I was like, I need somebody older. Like I can't with somebody young because it's too different. Like the mindsets.
Were you the same growing up? Because like even
growing
taking
up.
dating out of the thing, like in high school or whatever, like my best friend in LA is sitting right there. It's just I've always connected more with people who are a little bit older than me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Growing up, I always hung around my family too. Like I don't have any cousins. I don't have any young people like besides my brothers and my family. So like I always was around like older people. Even like when I was little and like I'd be sitting at like the grown-ups table with my Nonna and their sisters and everyone, like all like 70, 80-year-olds. And I'd be like 5 years old and I'd be sitting there like having the time of my life around these older people. But I've always gravitated towards older people. And that's why I love working at the deli that I'm at. It's because it's all like 60, 70, 80-year-old Italians, like those old school Italians. And it's like, oh, I can relate to these people. Like, it's funny. Like the shit they say, like you don't hear that anywhere else. But that little store, I'm like, this is the Twilight Zone. Like that all these freaks come in and it's the best thing. But I've always gravitated
I got to
towards
tell you something, man. You're the first woman I've met in a long time that I have to go home and hug my daughter tonight. You give me fucking faith.
Thank you.
I meet women, I got to go home and hug my daughter 2 times and go, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? But you're a different type of fucking egg, my friend.
Thank you. And it's so funny, going back to my dad passing away when I was younger, like I always see like fatherless, I don't know if you've probably seen it because you're younger, like fatherless activities. Like it's like a joke, like girls that grew up without fathers, like they're like these monsters, like pigs, like, so I'm like, shit,
Did your mom,
I'm fatherless, man.
They're pigs.
did your mom remarry?
She did. So I grew up with a stepfather in the house. So that's
he was
why.
cool.
Yeah. So and then I had my he was alright. He wasn't. Growing up with a stepfather is never.
Never good.
He was like kind of like a fankster, like a wannabe gangster. So like I didn't pay him any mind.
What do you call him?
A fankster.
Oh my God.
When they're like the wannabe gangsters, they're fanksters. Like he was like a fankster. But growing up, I had my uncles. So like I always say, like I grew up, like my father passed away, but I had my uncles. So like my uncle Carlo, who I'm very close with, he's my godfather. Every weekend he would come over to my Nonna's house. He'd be taking us on vacation. He'd be taking us to Six Flags. He'd be taking us here. So it was never like we grew up without a father, even though we like always had somebody like showing us love and like attention.
It's funny today. I was talking to a friend of mine that you probably know, and we were talking about Catholicism. How I want to do a show about Barnabas, the guy that Jesus forgave on the cross. And we want to talk about St. Michael and fucking all these fucking religious Mary Magdalene. We're all gonna put them together. I forgot what I was gonna fucking tell you. I can't be smoking pot. Catholicism, no. But
you wanted to show about Barnabas.
I was trying to talk more about old school, like how we were raised. Like I had a godfather who, my father died when I was 3. My godfather was there every fucking Saturday.
Yeah, that's
and we'd walk from 88th Street to 42nd Street, and he'd take me to one of those fucking kid movies. And then he told me, he goes, I'm not gonna go to those pussy movies no more. He took me to see the world's greatest athlete, I'll never forget, and The Love Bug. And he's like, I can't tolerate these things. If you want me to take you to the movies, I gotta take you to big boy movies. And for the next 3 years, he took me to see every fucking movie, never porn on 42nd Street, just, people getting shot, naked titties, shit like that, And you forget that. Like a godfather, what a godfather's job is.
Yeah.
People, like my daughter's godfather, we haven't talked in 2 fucking years, and he hasn't sent a card.
Yeah.
God knows. It's like so weird how the godfather thing has disappeared from this country. Like when I was a kid, my godmother and my godfather were divorced. I wasn't allowed to see my godmother. My mother would send me down to Miami. She was fucking gorgeous. And she would fucking cook for me and give me clothes all week.
Oh, wow.
That was a godmother and a godfather, Now, all those things have disappeared.
Now it's just a name. they just name godfathers and godmothers just because
I just don't
it's not the
understand
same,
where
yeah.
all these things, like when in the last 30 years. That's why I was so, like, I wanted to meet you because you brought it back to me. Like, just the people yelling on the streets. You know, there's a place that just opened by my house, Fiella's. And people were pissed. They're like, why would Fiella's open if Lavotti's is around the corner? Lavotti's like a big chain.
Uh-huh.
And I went into Fiella's and I'm like, I get it. Because I could talk to the butcher. Because I could talk to this woman about
Yeah.
the rice pudding. I could talk, he's going to bring me chocolate bread from Staten
Yeah.
Island. I love that shit. You know, and that's what we're missing again.
Yes.
Now it's my favorite place. Friday, I was home from the hospital. I went out to get the mail. He left me a fucking meatball sandwich with rice pudding.
That's so nice.
You understand me?
Yeah, they don't have places like that.
That shit has disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you went to one because my brother George goes to a meatball place. What's the name of it?
What, Cuomo's Deli?
No. Oh, well, Cuomo's over here with Special too.
I don't think I went to that one.
Well, it's a
I went to
meatball.
Cuomo's.
Cuomo, you went.
Yeah.
He said a couple days later he went to Cuomo's, like that deli.
Yeah.
You know, like it fucking. Like, I'm Cuban.
And they're Cubans over there. Not the guy, not the owner, but all the workers over there are Cuban.
Yeah. I'm Cuban. But nothing pisses me off when a motherfucker walks into Jersey Mike's. Because somebody's grandmother came over on a boat
Yeah.
to make Coca-Cola sandwiches. And here you are going to Jersey Mike's. Like, where's the fucking tradition? And Italian kids are going in there.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been to Jersey Mike's a couple of times.
I know. And listen,
Not gonna lie.
listen, man, every once in a while, I think once a year, I eat
Because you know
Jersey
what?
Mike's.
You know what it is? These Italian spots, they close
Early.
Jersey Mike's is open until 10 o'clock. So sometimes at 8
But you know
o'clock, I
what?
got a
Then fucking
hankering.
wait. Then fucking wait, okay? If you can't have it from the man himself, then fucking wait.
Sometimes you get a hankering for some gabagool at 9 o'clock at night. It's not the same, but
Well, because I was thinking about when you were asking me some of your rules. I want to get your opinion on this. If you went to like the deli that you work at and someone ordered a turkey sandwich,
we don't even have turkey.
What the fuck?
Okay.
We went to there was this place, what was the name of the restaurant? That everybody talked about in Van Nuys, wherever the fuck in California. The Dominic, Steve loved it.
oh,
Vicente's, whatever the fuck it
something
was.
like that.
All right, I went up there one day. It was okay, you know. They spoke. I don't even know if they spoke it. What was the name of it? You remember the one that Steve Simone on
No,
Ventura Boulevard?
I remember the pizza place, the pizza from Brooklyn,
Right.
but that's not the place you're talking
That
about.
place sucked dick too. But the deli, like they were. Like,
Oh yeah, I do remember the
remember,
deli.
there was two of them. There was that one and Piccolo's in Burbank.
Right.
Piccolo's, just if Italians are out there, burn it. That place, the food was beyond bad. The meatballs were beyond bad. In California, the only good place to get good Italian food is up north, Santa Barbara. That motherfucker. There's a place up there that makes a lasagna with a meatball in the middle. Holy
interesting.
shit. Holy shit. But down in the city, all that, I went in there one day. I was like maybe in a bad mood. Going in there already, you know what I'm saying? Like, who am I going to bump into? And some motherfucker came in there with sandals and ordered a turkey sandwich on like fucking white bread. I thought I had to do everything and then he started complaining. Like, there's not enough salt on here. Listen,
I hate that.
listen, get the fuck out of here. Go to ShopRite, all right? You're gonna come in here. Domingos.
I was trying not. Yeah.
Domingos.
It's a good.
Like,
It's a
all
good
that
place
shit
for
drives
LA.
me fucking insane. You have no idea how fucking like little things at restaurants, like all of a sudden waiters became really fucking annoying the last 4 years. They stand by you. Don't ever stand by me. Go away. Give me 5 minutes. You know, you tell a guy, give me 5 minutes, but he only goes where George is. And you're like,
Now, do you think they do that to you because you're you? Because I've had restaurants do that to me because of social media,
okay.
which is annoying. I know what you mean. It's
I
annoying.
listen. Sometimes it's because of me. They think I don't know, but if anybody knows me, I slept on the fucking park, so I'll eat with that dirty fucking fork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I'm one of
yeah,
those
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I don't need. You ever see Pretty Women?
No, I heard of it though.
You ever see the Richard Gere?
I've heard of the movie.
Okay, she's a hooker.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
takes her back one day, and she's eating strawberries and all this shit. And I don't know what he's talking about. And at one point, she goes, "Listen, I'm a sure thing." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same thing with me. Like,
Yeah.
It's a sure fucking thing. What are we talking about?
Restaurant?
You're talking about when it annoys you when the waiters are
come over
closed.
you.
Yeah, when the waiter comes over and it's just too much for me. Do you want bottled water or regular water? Just give me fucking water. Or do you want agua preminada, the lemon? Just give me the fucking water. I'm over here having a conversation. They don't read the room no more. God forbid I'm over proposing to you. God forbid. Leanne, I want to marry you. I want to be one of your old pigeons. Yeah, water or lemonada? Get the fuck out of here. They just don't know anymore. They just can't read the fucking room. You know, my daughter told me about a month ago, she's like, I don't want to go to restaurants no more. I go, why not? She goes, the waiters drive me fucking crazy. So if I take it out at my restaurant, I got to take it to the bar in the daytime. She loves the chicken parm from there, or she takes it to go. Dad, bring it for me to go. I don't want to deal with the waiters. She fucking hates it. My daughter's the only fucking kid that won't go for breakfast. Hates it. It's too much drama for her in the morning. Too much. Too many questions.
That's cute.
I asked her again the other day. I go, where do you want to go for breakfast? She's like, just too much drama for me, Dad. Too many questions. And I'm like, you know what? You're fucking right. You're fucking right. But all that stuff went away. I like to be left alone.
Yeah.
I'll call you. Leanne, what's up? I'm sorry, I know you're with the other table. Leanne, can you bring me the Monagot? You know, whatever the fuck it is.
My favorite thing is because after the podcast, we've been going out to eat. I know Joey well enough where I can see when he's getting frustrated, and when like a server, you don't like when they're close, but when they disappeared and the food's taking too long, you
Where's that garlic bread?
you get so upset, and when you try so hard, I can see you like talking yourself off of a ledge in your head.
Look,
Listen, Brian, I like the Chinese led this country in service for a reason. You ever go to a Chinese restaurant? You sit, they come over, they give you that fucking menu, and you go, I don't even need it. Give me number 3. Put hot sour soup in there. That motherfucker ain't coming back out unless he's got the soup, the water, and the chips. Don't come back out empty-handed. Now, people come out empty-handed. Like, where do you go? Where's my soup? You just go in there and go like this. That's the shit that drives me fucking crazy. Like, there's no more thought.
Right.
You know, there's no more. I went to one restaurant, great steak place, but they have the best hamburger in Jersey, supposedly. And it is a good fucking burger. And I asked the guy, I go, how do you have a burger and a steak? He goes, well, get 2 hamburgers and get a steak and chop it up, you know. At least the guy had a solution.
Yeah.
The other waiters were like, I went to another restaurant where I'm with my childhood friends. We're having a night out. And this motherfucker brings me a towel and doesn't bring it for the rest of my friends.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Then he brings my neighbor to the table that didn't even know I was there. I was on the other side of the restaurant. So this motherfucker went over there and said, Joey Diaz is here, and here's my neighbor. And all of a sudden my neighbor comes back there and they're staring at me like, hi, how are you? What can I do, sit at the table? I already had 8 gorillas at the fucking table. It's like they don't think.
Yeah.
And I don't like to be bothered when I eat.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the type of guy, I just want to eat, keep it light. Let's talk about your boots. Let's talk about whatever. I don't want to get into politics.
Oh, me either. I don't do that.
Oh, my God. We went to a comedy club one night. They bring the pizza. In the words of my Italian predecessors, it was pure mouchard. This pizza, he's like, the best pizza you're ever gonna have. The fucking thing folded 18 fucking times. I just got it to put the mushrooms in to eat the pizza with. His buddy comes in, and now they want to talk about politics, about blood pressure. And I kept saying, guys, it's a pretty fucking small room in here. This guy, you saw him that night. Wouldn't shut the fuck up. I finally go, no politics, get the fuck out. And he ran out of there because all those things, when I eat, I like to eat in fucking peace.
Right.
But today's world, you can't eat in peace.
No.
Who wants to take a fucking picture?
Yeah.
I'm over here telling my life story to this nice little girl. And you want to come over here and take a picture?
And then if you don't, you're a bad guy.
Yeah, how about I crack you in the fucking head?
You're a piece of shit if you don't take a picture.
Get the fuck out. And I tell them now, look where I am. Yesterday, I took my daughter to the mall. We're sitting outside one of those girl stores. You know, love me forever. I'm embarrassed enough that I'm in there. Across from Victoria's Secret. I'm looking like a fucking pedophile out there. So there's a chair. I turn the chair around. And I sit looking at the corner like I'm in timeout. Because that's how I roll. I don't want nobody to see me there. At Victoria, my daughter, I told her, I said, we're not going into fucking Victoria's Secret because I'll fucking have a heart attack. But then I saw another place, bring your old bra in, and they'll give you $20 for the bra.
Airy.
And I'm like, go in there. Go give them the old fucking stinky bra. She's like,
Oh my God.
So,
I saw that same sign yesterday when I went to the mall. That's so funny.
and that stuck with me all fucking day. Then I gotta wake up to Selena Gomez crying. What the fuck is wrong with that little Mexican bitch? Oh my God. These California people. Why are you crying? If you like the Mexicans so much, get on the bus. Tell Trump to pick you up. I'm over here sweating bullets. You don't see me walking the last couple days. My last name is Diaz. They might make a fucking mistake, and I'm calling you Collect from Colombia. It's the fucking truth.
I know. I stay out of all that too. That's why I stick to food. I never go into anything.
I know.
too
I
deep.
see that.
I don't touch upon anything on my social media. But it's not. I don't want to say that I don't care, because you can't say that you don't care. But it's like I can't be stressed, because what is stressing going to do over these things? It's not going to do anything.
Right. Well, what are some of you heard what pisses Joey off? Like, what are 3 things that if you're going to a restaurant that's like hired you to go out, or even if they didn't hire you, like what are the 3 things that piss you off?
I hate when people come up to me and ask me for pictures. And so, like, now I'll take pictures with women. I don't take pictures with men because men are creepy. You know, some they be taking pictures. Like, one time I had a guy come into the deli, and I already enforced this policy where I don't take pictures with men. He goes, "Can we take a picture?" I was like, "No, I'm sorry." He's like, "Come on, I want to make my Sicilian wife mad." So you're going to use me to make your wife jealous? So then she's going to hate me for no reason. I didn't do anything. But you want to, so I don't take pictures with men. I was at a feast over the summer in Brooklyn, and I was around, all other content creators, and there was, these guys. They're a little bit older than me, maybe 10, 15 years. They're, early 40s. We're having a conversation. I've always, have been friendly with them. This kid comes up to me, and he was, 20 years old. He was with his mother. It was a boy. A man. He was 20 years old. He's like, "Can I take a picture with you?" Now I'm with my, I just didn't feel like taking pictures. I was like, "No, I'm sorry." It was fine. I didn't want to take a picture. I saw these motherfuckers the next week are on a podcast with somebody else that I know talking about, these influencers, they let it get to their head. Remember where you came from. We were at a feast and one of them said no to this child and his mother. And I'm watching this and we're thinking we're friends. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are talking shit about me. And then the other guy, I saw it with my own eyes. Can you believe how these people are to their fans? And they're talking to other people I know. I called the other people I know. I'm like, these motherfuckers, they're saying X, Y, and Z about me. Now, the other people they were talking to, they know me. So they're like, I can't believe they were saying that. So then I unfollowed them. I didn't want problems. I unfollowed them. Not too long, this was over the summer, not too long ago, he messages me, "Hi, Liana, why did you unfollow me? I thought we were cool. I thought we were friends." I said, excuse me. I said, "I saw that podcast and I didn't appreciate that you were talking about me. Even though you didn't name me in name, you guys, after I had walked away, were talking shit. Oh, can you believe she said no?" If I don't want to take a picture with somebody, what the fuck? I don't want to take a picture with them. I got to take pictures with people.
I came to the point where it was starting to bother me when I did comedy. So I stopped doing comedy. That's how much it got to me.
Yeah.
And especially when I moved back here. Because when I was growing up, there's no cameras allowed.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing with that camera. There's cocaine, there's naked people here.
Yeah.
Put that camera away, or we're going to break it on you. We're going to ask you one time.
Right.
And that's how I was raised. That's why when I put the book out a couple of years ago, people were like, "You have no pictures," because we weren't allowed cameras.
Right.
We don't like these fucking cameras.
Right.
When I did the documentary, what did I say to you? Keep that camera low.
Yeah.
And what happened on Charles Court?
A guy told us to put the camera away.
Put the camera. We don't come from that society. So put the fucking camera away.
But I do think, because it's different with comics, because I think a lot of comics take pictures after the show. And I've seen you take that.
No.
And I think that's the point.
time and the place.
Exactly my point.
To take a fucking picture.
Right.
But.
And not during the show.
Not during the show. I can't go to see you perform. Because if you're singing and I come, 3 motherfuckers are going to go, "Can we take a picture?" That's disrespectful to Leanne.
Right.
That's disrespectful.
After the show when you're supposed to take pictures.
No, it's fucking her night tonight.
Right, yeah.
That's disrespectful. So get the fuck out of here with the camera. There's so many situations where I love people, and I love women, and I love men. I don't mind taking a picture, but there's a time and a fucking place for it.
Right.
Friday night. I was in the hospital last Friday night. not this past Friday. The one before, so I said, you know what? I'm just going to go for a ride Friday night. I went, I picked up my drunk brother. I dropped him off, listened to his bullshit for fucking about the 10 families and the mob, you know, the fish company. I know. I dropped him off. And I stopped by my place. Now it's dead, and I'm fucking happy. It's dead. Now I just got out of hospital. I don't drink, but I like their pistachio martini. Is fucking badass in there. I didn't get it. I just got a water, and I was talking to the owner's wife. There's 2 people over here, 2 people. It's a bar that goes circular. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. But there's seats in between us. The place ain't packed. I'm sitting there, and I see a black dude and a white dude walk in. I'm like, fucking ISIS here. Because they both looked like they were big and shit, and they had, like, jackets. I didn't say a word. I just kept watching. There was a hockey game and political shit. And when I go to those places, I just look at the TV, because I don't want to get involved.
Right.
So I just talk to whoever I'm with, and I look at the TV. These 2 guys come back, but now they bring 8 guys back. Guess where they decide to stand?
Right next to you.
Like to get closer, like I want to meet you.
Yeah.
Like I'm over here looking at a phone, I was sending old podcast videos to my daughter. That's what I was doing at the bar at 10:15. I just knew I wasn't going home till 10:30. I couldn't walk in my house. My wife was, what happened to your night? Nothing. I just couldn't walk in there. I said, I'm going to wait till 10:30. I got up because they kept getting closer and louder and trying to get me into the conversation.
Yeah. I've had that happen too. Yeah.
And
it's
you're
crazy.
no dang. You're never going to get me into your You can light yourself on fucking fire. You can light yourself on fucking fire, and I will not get involved. If I don't know you, and finally the owner turned around. She goes, guy, after 3 people walked down, they kept telling you, guys, can you move? The owner finally turned around, guys, the place is fucking like fucking, and they were all in their 40s. They're not like, steroid dudes or nothing. And I'm like, and that's what happens every time I go out.
It's annoying.
And some nights I take my wife, and hey, can I take a picture?
Yeah.
Doug, when I grew up, if a guy's telling his life story to any woman, whether she's 6 or 60, you keep fucking walking. You don't say nothing to that man. He's talking to a woman. And the same goes on. If I know you out, I see you talking to some old bird. You think I'm gonna come up to you? Hey, no. I just look at you, you give me a wink, and we just go our separate things, But no, and people have no idea that when you take a picture, you're gonna get everybody else started.
Right. Yeah.
Now people who don't even know you are gonna come over and go take a picture. So guess what happened? 20 minutes of your night, 20 minutes that you were gonna spend with Nonna and your mother talking, just went out the window.
But people don't realize that because they say their rationale even for you. Oh, but you do this. You chose this, so you got to do it. It's like I'm a real person. I'm a human being. I'm the same way. I
won't
I'm
do dick.
the same
Test
way.
me.
If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm the same way.
Thanksgiving night, we did a show somewhere, did we not? We did a Parks in Philly. I went to my bar. Place is packed. I walked in, I'm in the corner, mushrooms are on fire. I'm in the mood to talk to nobody. I'm looking straight ahead of an NBA game. I don't even know who's playing. And sure enough, a fucking 12 guys came over from the ages of 25 to 30. I'm like,
Men are worse than women
and I'm like,
when it comes to that.
It's Friday night. I suggest you go get some pussy. They looked at me like I called them a fucking... They looked at me like, pussy? What's that? The bar's filled with pussy, and you guys want to take a picture with a 60-year-old fat fucking felon. Get your fucking priorities together. Get the fuck out. Thank you, sir. And they walked away pissed. I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
Because at that age, I'd be mugging that celebrity. Anybody who knows me, I saw Richard Gere out one night. I almost killed that motherfucker. Because when we were young, every woman wanted to be with Richard Gere. How would you feel if any time you want to be with a man, they go, oh, I want to be with Isabella. And you're like, fuck Isabella, that dirty bitch.
It's
now,
so true.
when did the jewelry line come up? Because you're involved in a couple different things.
Oh my God. So the jewelry I do, so it's so funny. The girl that I do it with, she's like a social media. She's the best. I love her. I've known her since I first got started. Like she's like the one who taught me oh, you need to monetize this. You need to make it a business. Because I was just doing it for fun. I wasn't doing it to be famous or to make money. She's always been from the beginning, the nicest girl. And I'm the worst. I decline or I won't answer like 95% of the things I get invited to. It's because I just like to live in my own like bubble. And like I like to do social media from my like house, and that's it. Like I don't want to go outside my bubble. So like there's so many things that I could go to, and like everybody that knows me personally gets so mad at me because I decline like big things. But I'm like, oh, like I don't want to do it. Like unless I really want to do it, like this I really wanted to do. So like this I came to do. But like she, like in the beginning when I was like really in that, like I just wouldn't answer, like she never would stop. Like, oh, you go do this, go do that, go do this. Like trying to help me and like make this into a business for me. So I appreciate that. And then she has this like really nice jewelry line. So she's like, you want to do a collaboration with it? I was like, yeah, sure. Fuck it. Let's do it. We'll split the proceeds. So now we have that jewelry line and it's like really fun. Like she would hire like a photographer to come. We would take pictures. It was like a lot of fun, like to do something like that. I like to work with nice people. I won't just work with anybody because like if I put my name behind something, I like to actually like the people that I'm working with. Like the same thing with restaurants. Like I won't go to a restaurant if the staff is like rude or like fucked up or like some restaurants. Like there's this one restaurant that I go to. Like I don't know. Like the girls that work there, like they're like the biggest bitches I've ever met in my life. Like I'll walk into the restaurant like this. They'll look at me and I'm like, fuck, like shit. Like I'll never come back here again. Like it's simple. Like, you know, like, well, excuse me. Like I hate that. And like I like to be friends with everybody. So like when I see that, like I'm not the type, like I have girlfriends that like they'll see that and they'll be like, all right, let's do something. Like me, like I don't want to, like I just will never come back. So like there's a restaurant, like I just will never come back there because like the girls that work there make me feel so uncomfortable for no reason. I don't know how I started talking about this. But all right, so going back to restaurants. So like that restaurant, I probably would never post again because like there's no need for that. I like restaurants where like they're really nice, like the staff is friendly. How did we start talking about this? I'm rambling.
Those you were talking about your jewelry line. You like nice people.
Oh yeah, so I like nice people. So I like to work with nice people, and that the girl that I do it with, she's a very nice person. So
I do think getting back, you said something interesting about like you get invited to things that you don't go to. Something that Joey started like taught me in the beginning is like you don't want to have like everyone has the same video. So like if you went to all those things, I'm sure I've seen 8 videos about the same stuff. So like your stuff is always going to be unique, and it's like you don't need to go to like the pizza festival because every other person's going to be there.
I never went. So I love like growing up in New York. New Jersey has feasts too, like the Italian feasts. Like I love them, like the Brooklyn feast. Like I like the one on 18th Avenue. I like the one in Williamsburg out in Brooklyn. Like I would go to those, and like I was like, I don't want to say I started it. Like I don't like to be like that. But like when I was going to these feasts, no influencers were going to these feasts. Like it was just, I was the only one doing this, maybe with one other person. Now I went to the feast last year. I went to one. I never went again because it's all, it's like, come on. Like if you weren't doing that from the beginning at these feasts, don't come. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then
is that they show up when the Yankees in the World Series.
Yeah, right.
As a Yankee actor.
Yeah, like don't come. Like make your own feast. Do not come to these feasts if you weren't there when I was doing it originally years ago when nobody was there. Because then it gets to the point where it's like everybody's showing Zeppelis, everybody's showing sausage and peppers, and it's like I don't want to do it anymore because everybody's showing
everybody's
it.
Doing it.
And now you ruined my favorite thing. I'm mad. I love feasts.
Now, if they want to look at this jewelry, where do they go?
Oh. So the brand is Cosenza NYC, so they could go on that. But like I always say, like I don't like to push things on people. Like I'll never be like, buy this. Oh, I'm selling this. Buy this. I don't like to push things. Like if you want to buy it, if you want to support, but they're nice jewelry pieces. Like they're beautiful pieces. So like that I'll push, but I don't like to push things down the throat. Like I see like a lot of people do Cameo. You know Cameo? Do you do Cameo? Oh, okay, good. I want to talk shit. But like I see people do Cameo like, oh, for $70, I'll send you a video saying happy birthday. Like what? Like who the fuck are you? Like why? Like you know what I'm saying?
Some of them are a lot more than $70.
Like I see people like influencers like me, like charging people and people buy it. And like me, I'm like, what the like I would be embarrassed.
Yeah.
To charge somebody $100 of a video of me saying, hi, Tom, like, congratulations.
There's
like,
a lot of things you got to have your pride for.
Yeah, that, yes.
And there's enough money to go around.
Yes.
Unless you're there's enough money to go around. And at one point, you got to go, these are the things I'm doing. And these are the things I refuse to fucking do. And you got to stick to them.
Right.
It's like anything else. You want success. If you don't want to be in that hole, then don't be in that hole no more. If they call you to be in that hole, go, no. It's a little bit of money, but yeah, it's like short films.
Right.
SAG has these low-end movies. For 3 or 4 years, I got called on all the $100 a day movies until I go, fuck these bitches.
Right.
I said, it's time for them to pay me my money.
Right.
And guess what? All of a sudden, it went up. I took a year off from doing those stupid movies. What'd I lose, $4,000?
Right.
I lost nothing. And that's the same thing. You can't milk these people from every fucking direction.
Right, because then nobody's going to watch you.
And people want to support you.
Yeah.
We give them a free thing. When you go to a restaurant, you just save their time and you made it colorful for them.
Right.
Maybe they were thinking of taking their wife there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was at a restaurant one night. I made a video. When I went to pay, somebody saw the video on Instagram and picked up the tab.
Oh, that's nice.
Called the restaurant.
Wow.
And they never said who it
Shit.
was.
I want that to happen to me.
Yeah, they never said
What the hell are you old pigeons doing?
But man, listen, this has been an education. I wish you were a breath of fucking fresh air.
Thank you.
I expected something completely fucking different. And it was educational. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Your mom, your family, you always got a home here.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
that.
anytime you want to come, use the place. Fucking, what, George?
Oh, my Instagram. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, La Italian Princess.
Yeah, she's the Italian princess. Follow her, but you're always welcome here, man.
Thank you.
You were a fucking breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
And
I had a lot of
know I'm
fun.
gonna get hit up for your info and shit, so, because that was, fuck, you took me to the fucking basement before.
You took me to the basement.
What's up with you, cocksucker?
I'm doing good. I'm going to be at Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie, February 8th. That's my
it?
next big one.
Headlining, right?
That's going to be a fun show. Yep.
Right. And I'm at White Eagle Hall, the 12th, if my fucking lung doesn't collapse.
Jesus Christ.
If it does collapse, then I don't know when. You'll see me at the nearest hospital. I'll be playing at Neptune. Tickets are $2,200 because there's only 8 seats available. So knock yourself out. I want to thank you again,
Thank
really,
you
for
for
coming
having me.
down here.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you,
a
guys.
breath of fucking
Thank
fresh
you.
air. Make sure you follow her on Instagram if you like food. If you're in the New York area, Long Island, don't go fucking visit her anywhere. You dirty motherfuckers.
And do not go out on Thursday and Saturday
And don't
nights.
go out on Thursday and Saturday.
Unless you're a freak.
Yeah, unless you're a freak and you're fucking down and out. And before we go, a happiest of birthdays to my brother, Bob Lalingus, one of the brothers, one of the original fucking 8, along with Uki and a bunch of you motherfuckers. So we love you. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lee,
Happy birthday, bub.
happy birthday, motherfuckers. Hey, Uncle Joey here. Listen, getting high should not be a guessing game. Choose the type of high you want with Via. Via's THC gummies and vapes and topicals and drops are the next level. Whether you're looking for some energy, better sleep, more intense focus, recovery, Via has the product for you. Me, I'm not looking for focus, recovery. I'm looking to see the devil and relax. You know what I'm saying? And if this is what you're looking for, Via is for you. Via is crafted from the highest quality hemp, sourced from independently owned American farms. That's right. No Chinese were killed to make this video. There's no medical card required, so you get this party started right away. If you're 21 and over, check out the link to Via in our description and press in code JOEY, Joey, to receive. You ready? 15% off. If you're new to Via, get a free gift of choice. Who's better than you? 15% off, a gift of choice, and you're seeing the devil with Uncle Joey. After the purchase, show support and tell them that we sent you. This year, enhance your everyday with Via.